Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. I'm really excited for today's video. We are going to be talking about things I no longer buy and things I just refuse to spend money on. So maybe you guys have noticed my new sort of upload schedule. I have been posting a lot of finance content, and my sort of plan for the next little while is to do Thursday vlogs and Sunday finance videos. So let me know what you guys think. Personally, I really love talking about finance because I just think the more I talk about it, the better I become, the more interested in it I become. And this is a skill that I believe, we should all get good at, and a conversation we should all be having, especially as young women. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of this new upload schedule, and also let me know in the comments something that you refuse to spend money on or you have completely stopped buying. I would love to know, because maybe I will adopt it for myself. Before we get into the video, make sure that you subscribe if you are new. Like I just said, I post videos Thursdays and Sundays. It's a good time over here. It would make me really happy if you did that, and it would also make me really happy if, whether or not you're new, you press the thumbs up button because it helps the algorithm. And it's just a nice thing to do, okay? So I was on the phone with my friend Mary today, and we were talking just about money, as we do. Side note, get yourself a friend that you can talk about money with. It is so helpful, and it just keeps you going on your goals. So hi Mary, I love you. But we were talking about like what we feel is a lot of money. And so she had said something was $60, and I was like, $60? And she goes, is that a lot of money to you? And I said, yeah, $60 is a lot of money. And she said, I don't feel like that's a lot of money. I feel like my threshold for a lot of money is $100. And I think that amount's different to everybody, and it doesn't matter how much money you make or whatever. We all have different interpretations of how much a lot is. But the way I've been trying to look at money is, what percent of my goal is this amount? So right now I have a savings goal. Well, first of all, I want to pay off my debt. I'm very close to having it paid off. And after my debt is paid off, I have a goal of saving $10,000 for my emergency fund. Now, $10,000 is an easy number to do calculations with. So if something costs $100, that is 1/10. No, it's not, Zoe. It's 1/100th. So if something costs $100, that is 1/100th of my goal. So if 100 times, which when you think about it isn't that much, think of how many transactions we do in a month, groceries, shopping, Amazon, whatever, how many times do we swipe our credit card, whether it's online or in real life? 100 is not that much. So if 100 times I spend $100 on things that don't really matter to me and don't add value, there's my goal. And my goal matters to me. So I try and look at things with that perspective, and you can break it down even smaller. $30, right? There are these sunglasses on Amazon I wanted to buy, and I didn't buy them, and they were $30. And so $30 is like a bit, it's a bit less than half of 100. So it's like, okay, it's 1/200th. If we're rounding up, it's 1/200th of my goal. So if 200 times I can refrain from buying something silly on Amazon, I've achieved my goal. And that's how I now look at things, and that is how I deter myself from spending. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. So I've got my notebook here. We're gonna be going through all of the things that I no longer buy and all of the things that I just flat out refuse to spend money on. I'm gonna be explaining why. And keep in mind, I'm not judging anybody who chooses to spend their money on these things. I spend my money on some things that you probably don't agree with, or that you probably would never spend your money on. That's why it's called personal finance. But I love watching videos like this because it gives me ideas of things that I can cut out. And I just think it's interesting overall to think about how people spend their money. All right, so with the holidays coming up, I feel like this one is super relevant. The first thing that I just refuse to spend money on, and this has been the case for the last few years, is seasonal decor. I get it, I really do, but I just don't see the point in buying so much like tchotchkes and seasonal decor when there's like always a new season and it's always changing, and there's also always new trends that come with the season. So I'm talking about things like festive pillows, plastic decorations, things to put on your shelf, things that just collect dust and that when the holiday season's over, you like throw in a box or you straight up throw out because you got it from the dollar store. I think it's a waste of money. First of all, these things are always marked up because it's holiday themed, and I find it also really wasteful when it comes to the environment, because a lot of them are made out of plastic and they just end up in the landfill. So more actually for an ecological reason than an economical reason I stopped buying these, but it definitely helped my wallet as well. One thing that I do really agree with for seasonal decor is natural things and local things. So this can be anything from like natural like garlands and things like that. I know there's an ecological debate around those too, but personally, I like them, and oftentimes you're supporting local farms when you buy things like that. So that is my take on holiday tchotchkes, and actually just tchotchkes in general, I just don't spend money on. Things like pumpkins and skeletons around Halloween, things like Easter decor, I'm just not into it. Keeping on the holiday theme, the next thing that I refuse to spend money on is gifts for the sake of gifts. Now, everybody has a different love language, and I was actually just talking about this with my friend Mary today of how we like to express love, and for her it's really through gifts. She was saying that she has no problem spending $60 on a gift for somebody. That's how she likes to show her love, and I'm like, oh my god, $60? Like, no way. So I just don't express my love through gifts. I recently have become, I think, a lot less materialistic than I used to be. Okay, so nobody come and say that I'm not materialistic. I definitely am. I think we all are to a certain extent, but I'm less materialistic than I used to be. And personally, I would rather give my love to friends and loved ones and family through quality time and through words. So we don't have to get into all the love languages, but sometimes I find we can get into these cycles with our friends and family where the person doesn't need anything, the person's already very successful, or the person is the kind of person who just buys themselves everything they want, and we find ourselves spending money on a gift that they probably don't even need or want, just for the sake of giving them a gift. So I have told my family this year, and I've told my friends as well, I'm not giving out any Christmas presents, and I don't want anything. Just because I'm in a position where pretty much anything I want I can get for myself, and there's not that much that I want right now besides to see my family and to spend time with my friends and to go clubbing. But I think that if you are someone who doesn't feel the need to spend gifts, especially when you are on a debt repayment or a savings goal or any kind of financial journey, there's no shame in telling your friends like, hey guys, I'm just not doing gifts anymore. Buying gifts just for the sake of buying gifts can be really financially detrimental, and I don't need to keep going on this one. No gifts for me. Okay, you guys, this next one is eating out for the sake of eating out. This can kind of fall into the same category as gifts, where oftentimes it happens with our friends where we're bored, we don't know what to do, and we just feel like eating out. Eating out's cute, especially, when we could actually go to restaurants, you'd put on a cute outfit, it was a soiree, it was something to do. Now, with takeout, it's something cute to post on Instagram. But it's so expensive. Eating out just for the sake of eating out is so expensive. So recently I've really been trying hard to limit eating out to once a week and limiting it at that to special occasions. So if it's, with my friend and we really just want to unwind and not cook and have something special, so like, we're really craving like burgers, we'll get takeout burgers, but I really limit it to only once a week. The other thing that I see people falling into a lot, the other pattern, is working really, really hard and then just ordering food, which like can take away from working really hard. If you're working hard to earn more money, but you're blowing all your money on food, like delivery is just so expensive. So I just really try and be conscientious of when I am eating out to make sure that I'm not eating out just for the sake of eating out. A tip there is ask your friends or tell your friends, if they want to get takeout, just be like, hey guys, why don't we cook instead? It's so fun to cook with your friends. It is so much fun. You will feel so satisfied after too. It's just like such a good vibe. And if they want to get takeout, if they're really set on getting takeout, bring your own food or eat before you go. I've literally done that before, and it's not as awkward as you think it might be. On the note of delivery and Uber Eats, I refuse to pay for delivery fees. Uber Eats is crazy. The other day, okay, I was really stressed out. Look at me not taking my own advice, but this was my special once a week eating out. I really was craving pho, and that's not something that I can make myself. So I said, okay, this is gonna be my meal out. And the dish that I wanted was like $17. Okay, expensive, but fine. But then you add the delivery fee and you add the tip, and they're just so expensive. So overall, I use the delivery fee as my deterrent from ordering takeout. If there's a delivery fee, F it, I'll walk to go get it. And this one time was a special, I paid the delivery fee and my bill ended up being $30. So never again will I pay this whole delivery fee, tip the restaurant, tip the driver. It's just so expensive. It's not worth it. If you want to get takeout, go for a walk. I think that's awesome. Go for a walk and pick up your food. And I just don't like paying delivery fees. It's $4 that I could spend on other things. Okay, my next thing makes me laugh because I'll just tell you what it is. Subscription boxes. I have never purchased a subscription box. I absolutely refuse to spend money on subscription boxes. I think that I don't want to offend anyone, but I think that subscription boxes are like consumerism in a package. Like I don't know what words I'm trying to say, but like the epitome of consumerism I feel like is subscription boxes. Why do you need a monthly delivery of shit you can live without? To me, that's what subscription boxes are. So like, if you love subscription boxes, feel free to prove me wrong in the comments, but it's like a monthly delivery of things that like I didn't need. I was living fine without, but it's like these little gimmicky things that's like, ooh, a special like face washing, cloth that takes off all your makeup that doesn't really work, or like a mini tiny whiny size of like a new product. And it's just like, we don't need all of these things. So I'm not gonna pay $40 a month to like get more things that I don't need. And because it's recurring, it's not like it's a one-time thing that we just like buy once and okay, that was fun, but it's like every single month. And from a business point of view, the subscription model makes a ton of money because people forget they're on autopilot, and suddenly you've paid for a whole year of FabFitFun boxes and you've only used like 10% of the stuff. So I just personally don't agree with subscription boxes. The only time I would really see the value of it is when it's like an auto refill of things that you really use every month. But even at that, like when I was ordering my natural deodorant, they offer like an auto refill, and I'm like, there's no way that I'll finish this by the time you send me more. And then you end up with like this long lineup of stuff that you can't use. The reason I say this is funny is because, as a YouTuber, I feel like one day I'm gonna get offered a lot of money maybe, but hopefully. And I'm like, maybe one day FabFitFun will call me and be like, hey, email me and be like, oh, we want to sponsor a video. And I'll be like, I literally roasted you guys in another video. So I probably would not accept that sponsorship unless somebody proves me wrong of why FabFitFun is good. But subscription boxes, I don't spend money on them. Next up, you guys, this is a weird one, but bear with me. I don't really spend money on groceries. And what I mean by that is useless groceries. Anytime I vlog, maybe you guys have seen my fridge, it is barren. There is nothing in my fridge. I don't keep stuff in my fridge because what happens when you keep stuff in your fridge and you live alone? It goes bad and it's a waste of money. So I only buy food that I know I'm gonna eat within the next few days. If I need anything, I go to the store and buy it. So rather than doing big, huge grocery hauls, I tend to do lots of smaller ones. And now I actually get a meal kit delivered, which means even less trips to the grocery store, which we love. But I just really like keeping a minimal amount of stuff in my fridge. So it's only the things that I know I'm gonna eat. It saves me so much money, and it saves me like guilt from wasting stuff. And it also helps me eat healthier because I'm controlling what I'm getting and I'm controlling what I'm eating. So there's not as much stuff in the fridge to just like I used to have cheese all the time in my fridge. Like I'd have like always a selection of like a cheese board of cheese, and I'd sit around and eat so much cheese and get super bloated. So I don't really spend money on groceries anymore. I only buy what I know I'm gonna need. Next thing I no longer spend money on is coffee and alcohol when I'm not in the mood. So coffee and alcohol are often what I would call icebreakers. People feel like they need an excuse to say, hey, let's get together. So it's, hey, let's grab a coffee. Hey, let's go for a drink. But both of those things are really expensive for what they are. And both of those things are things we can have at home. So if, a friend says like, oh, let's grab a coffee and it's like a before work walk, rather than be like, okay, I'll spend the $6. I'm just like, okay, like if you want coffee, you can get it, but I'm gonna bring my own. And that gives them the window out too, and everybody can bring their own to-go cup and we go have a walk and life is beautiful. And you save so much money that way. The same goes for drinks. If you are, you know, wanting to socialize with a friend and they're like, hey, let's go out for drinks, can you invite them to your house instead? You know, like just if you're not in the mood to have coffee or to have alcohol, a lot of the times we can be pressured into consuming and spending on those things, and it's just not something that I let myself give in to the pressure of anymore. This next one is actually my favorite. I no longer buy brand new furniture. So if you guys saw my like plant apartment tour, you've seen a lot of the furniture in my house. I'll put some overlays right now of some of my favorite pieces, but for example, this chair is gorgeous. $7, you guys, at a church sale. So like a church, whatever, like a flea market. My coffee table is used. My TV console is used. My couch is used. My trunk is used. My bed was used. Well, the mattress wasn't, but the bed frame was used. 95% of the furniture in my house was used. You save so much money. It comes pre-assembled. You don't have to spend hours doing the IKEA. And the main reason too, aside from money, the environment will thank you so much. Furniture is so big, it's so clunky, and imagine your dresser just sitting in the landfill. To me, that's depressing. So I love buying old furniture, buying it on Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji, painting it, refurbishing it, and making it look super cool. Personally, I absolutely love the way my living room looks, and every single piece of furniture except for one thing was DIY'd or was purchased used. And I love how it looks. You will have a place that looks like no one else's. You know, this is not no hate at all, but I just think, you know, we can get really creative with design when it comes to used furniture because you can just mix and match. You'll save so much money and you'll be doing the environment a favor. This is something I'm really passionate about. Buy your furniture used, guys. You will not regret it. Also, if there's something specific that you want, you can also find it used. So if you're like, yeah, but I really want this desk, or I really want this mirror might be trickier. I really want this desk. You can search, like my desk, I knew the exact model that I wanted and I was going to buy it new. My friend found it for me on Facebook Marketplace by adding the word StrucTube, which is the brand, in front of it. So anything you want, you can find on Facebook. Buy your furniture used. On that note, really quick, I no longer spend money on home decor. That kind of goes in line with what I said at the beginning about the tchotchkes, but I like to use functional things for decor, things like plants, propagation of plants. I like to use dried plants as decor, and I love using books as decor. Most of the designs and the decor in my living room is plants and books, and personally, I love the way it looks, and it was free. The next thing that I no longer spend money on, this is something I used to spend so much money on, is skin and hair products. I have learned over the years, I'm 24 now, what works for my skin, what works for my hair, and what I just don't need to spend money on. There is so much noise when it comes to skincare, when it comes to hair care. You know, you need like a 17-step routine and you need all these lotions and serums, and it's just not the case. I had so many products that would just sit in my house, whether it was makeup, skincare, hair care, all these bottles that would collect dust, and you know, it's bad for the environment because they're all like in aerosol and plastic, and I just don't think it's good for your skin or your hair. Honestly, my hair has never looked better and has never grown faster, has never been healthier than when I started putting less things on it. My skin has never been better than when I took a really uncomplicated approach to it. You do not need a million steps, a million different products. Find what works for you and stick to that. The rest is literally all just marketing. If you guys want, I have a skincare routine and I have a hair care routine, both up on my channel. They're a little bit old, but nothing has changed since I uploaded those. So if you're curious to like my more minimalistic approach to skin and hair care, that makes me look flawless like this, check it out. Okay, you guys, the last thing I no longer spend money on is costume jewelry. So I used to love clothes. Well, I still love clothes and I still love jewelry, but I used to spend so much money on like trendy jewelry that was very cheap. Thank Forever 21. Remember Forever 21 and all their jewelry? Like I used to just go crazy and I had all this stuff and it would all turn into one green lump on my like dresser table. And I'm just not here for that anymore. I started slowly building my collection of solid gold and solid silver, or like pure silver jewelry, and it made such a difference. So silver is obviously more affordable. Then I switched over to gold, and I really loved gold jewelry, and slowly I started building my collection. It's still very small. A lot of it was family like heirlooms that were passed down to me, and just investing in your jewelry is so much better. You end up with pieces that look better, that last longer, and with a collection of things that you really love. So you guys may know I wear this Majuri croissant ring every single day. It never leaves my finger, and it's amazing because I can shower with it, I can swim with it, I can literally do anything with this ring on. It never leaves my side. It was pricey. I think I paid around, I don't remember, I think it was between $300 and $500, but for the quality and to know that I'm gonna have this forever is so worth it. The other ring I wear all the time is this one. It is a sapphire and diamond ring, and this one was given to me by my mom. So if you wanna grow and start your like solid jewelry collection, maybe ask your mom or your grandma if they have any pieces that they would pass down to you. That's how I got into solid gold jewelry, and I never looked back. Also, if you want more of a middle ground approach, I do like the gold vermeil, and both of my pieces are from Majuri. So I have, I'll come closer. I have, and this isn't a promo by the way, I have these pieces here, this small hoop earring from Majuri, and then I have this gold chain. These are much more affordable because they are in vermeil, but they still last longer. You can't shower with them, so you do have to take them off when you shower, but they're just gonna last longer and look so much better than like the cheap gold that turns copper and brassy. I'm just not into that anymore. Okay, I thought of one more, so let's just end on that note. The last thing I no longer spend money on, and I try and stay far away from, is Amazon. Amazon, you know, you go on because it's cheap and you want something quick, and you leave with a $70 bill and you're like, how? So I try and stay far away from Amazon. I will leave things in my cart for like weeks and really think about it and really ponder, do I really want this? And a lot of the time is no. So avoid impulse purchases on Amazon and you will save so much money. So you guys, those are all the things that I no longer spend money on, that I refuse to buy. I hope this was interesting or helpful for you guys. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you no longer spend money on. And I will see you guys on Thursday in my next vlog. Love you so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.